Hi, Gemini. This is Lee at Fresh Astrology, and we are looking at April 2018. I'm just going to keep my glasses on because we can move faster. But we are looking at a month where a lot of change is happening beneath the surface. So it'll look like, it's kind of like, think of the caterpillar in the cocoon. So it looks like this caterpillar just like rolled up and is almost pretty much dying and dissolving into white foam, which if you ever open a cocoon, you've stopped the caterpillar from growing, but you'll see it's filled with white foam. And it'll seem kind of like you're in this dormant state of nothingness when you really are probably wanting a lot of change to happen and a lot to grow and flower and bloom and grow wings. And it may feel a little frustrating, but I want you to know that toward the end of April and especially mid-May, things are going to happen quickly. And hang in there, keep your attitude positive. Things are really going to heat up later. So you want to know that the time that the caterpillar spends in the cocoon is absolutely necessary. A caterpillar cannot become a butterfly if it doesn't spend that adequate time doing whatever it does in that cocoon. And probably the caterpillar is not designed to be there feeling like, I need to get out, I need to get out, why am I here so long? Luckily for the caterpillar, it is not wired to think like that, or at least I don't think it is. I don't really know, but I'm guessing not. But humans, on the other hand, we're very kind of impatient. And our culture, increasingly, everything being so quick with computers and technology, we have to reply to people instantly. Like, God forbid you wait 2 seconds before writing back to somebody. We expect things so fast that it's hard to sit and wait even for, a few seconds. And a lot of April may feel like some things just like you're not getting messages quickly enough, people aren't getting back to you. It's especially in the area of friends or people in your world. I don't know who these people are, but you're going to have the feeling, a lot of you, like, I felt like I was friends with this person, or I felt like I made a connection with this group of people, but I just am feeling like they're ignoring me, or the connection just doesn't feel as solid as it did, and nobody's getting back to me. I just feel like I'm in the dark. There may be a lot of that going on, but it's not because people really have left you there on purpose. It's not because things aren't going to eventually move in the direction you want them to move in. It's just that this is a bit of a holding period, and there's something valuable is happening within this holding period. I would use this time to review what you really want in your future, really have a clear idea where you want to go in your life, and try to make sure that your messaging, your words, your thinking match the kind of life you want to aim for, that you're trying to build. You're trying to build some kind of life for yourself financially, with partners, in your health, the world of health. And so you've got some vision here with what you want, and you've been developing it for so long, and you're just about there. And it's kind of like watching, boiling water. It just, when you watch it and wait for it, it feels like forever, but really it only takes, a few minutes to boil water, unless you really don't have it on a hot stove or on some serious heat. But anyway, it's so you may have that feeling like it just waiting and waiting, but use the time to review. The only thing you can control is how you speak, think, and communicate, and your actions. And so, but especially with Mercury, which is a planet that's very closely associated with Gemini, you want to make sure you're on message with and consistently thinking and communicating in a way that matches the kind of person you want to be as you evolve into your future. And so an example would be maybe, let's pick relationships. Like you're in a love relationship and you want it to be, you really think this is the love of your life. You want it to be this great soul mate kind of experience. But you get this antsy feeling the person's not responding when you want them to, they're not doing what you want them to, or the way you think they should behave, or maybe plans aren't going the way you wanted them to. And so one way a person could react to that is to be snappish or blaming or judgmental or too quick to attack or criticize. And then what that has just done to this beautiful relationship is create friction and tension and a negative feeling. It doesn't feel soulmatey and blissful and rainbow filled at all when you infuse it with that kind of communication and thinking. So another way to go with that would to just be to kind of work with that Mercury retrograde, to hold your tongue, be patient. I know it's hard. Gemini's not great at being patient. But to try, and know that it's serving a purpose. This is good practice. The purpose it's most likely serving in any kind of relationship is that you're practicing the art of patience, the art of holding your tongue. This is very good practice for all of us, but especially Gemini, because Gemini is a talker and a communicator, and you can be very quick to just blast. And it's okay to speak your mind, but holding your tongue first, having a waiting period, letting things kind of pass, especially anger pass, and absorb all of that. I'm not saying don't communicate something you need to communicate, but I would wait, especially in April. That's just one example, but this could be a variety of things, like in your work life. It could feel like my message, I'm just not getting through, I'm not reaching my people, especially in this 11th house area. Maybe you're trying to build a social media presence, and it can feel like I'm just not, it's just like an uphill, it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's like climbing a sand dune, and I just feel like all my work is not really getting me places. The chart says all the work you're doing is really awesome, and you're building a great foundation for yourself, especially through the learning process. And so if you look at it all as learning and necessary learning, then you'll just keep going and have probably the best attitude to win. So try not to get disheartened with any delays, or something not doing exactly what you want it to do in April. Toward the end of April and into May, things can turn around very, very quickly. And in your mind will just be racing with new ideas in May, and through the next 7 years, you're going to just be so highly active in your mind. It'll be hard for you to keep up with yourself, but understanding that you're kind of in training to work with your own mind, which you definitely are with Uranus going into your 12th house in May, which we'll talk about more later. But you're prepping now. So this cocoon phase is really good. You're prepping now how to notice what's going on in your mind, how to be patient with it, how to have an awareness of your own mind and your thought process, an awareness of the connection between your mind and your mouth, or your fingers as you type or message somebody, to have a mindfulness, an awareness of all this. If you take this time to study your own mind and what makes you tick, what makes you communicate the way you do, you'll be on top of your game. The Geminis who do that it'll be amazing. Like you're going to have such brain power. The Geminis who have a hard time pointing that their keen mind and awareness on themselves, it'll be kind of like a train wreck. And I have so many Geminis in my life. I love Gemini. I love Geminis. We're so smart and funny. And if you ever want to pick someone's brain on world events, pick a Gemini, or just on any topic. They're so bright. But having that self-awareness is going to be really key for you. And the universe is kind of asking you to do that. All right. Have a great April.